Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is TJ, and welcome to Whiskey Wednesday. Want to talk about a few things today. One, I'm really sorry about my message last week. The shooting was cool, but I don't think I delivered on the message. So today, I'm going to try my best to deliver on that message. So, my title this week is Duty to Serve. And that means a lot to so many different people. And my duty to serve is started at a young age, probably, I don't know, 9 years old. My father was an Army man, career Army, and I saw him as the hero that many sons see their dad as. And he was a huge influence in my life. And I joined the Navy, of all things. You know, you have a dad that's been in the Army all these years, and at the time I think he was in the Army for about 24 years. He was a sergeant major, and I go and join the Navy. And he was a little mad about it, but he managed. But I did my 4 years in the Navy, and then I got into the Oregon National Guard, did a year, and then I got out and I moved to Virginia and started my job in law enforcement. And I never felt fulfilled after that, even though I was doing the job in law enforcement that I always wanted. That's why I worked so hard as a kid, not to get in trouble, do what was right. And but I always felt there was something missing. 2010, I was 35 years old, and I sitting around watching TV, and the news came on, and it was talking about some soldiers that died in combat. And I was fighting the tears because I was sitting in my living room with my son, and I felt overwhelmed because I thought I got to have kids. I got to watch the birth of my children, and I'm so blessed. And these young men and women that are dying over in foreign land never get the opportunity to do that. So I convinced my family to join, and they finally said yes. So I joined at 35, and as soon as I get to my unit, they said, "Congratulations, welcome to the unit. We're going to Iraqistan," which meant they didn't know where we were going. A few months later, we got our orders to Iraq, and we deployed in 2011 to be part of the withdrawal of soldiers and equipment from all the different areas of Iraq. And we did a great job. We fulfilled that mission. There were things about the mission that I will talk about later in my later videos that were good, and some were horrible. But we did our job. We served our country. It was that duty to serve. And if it's not my Army career that I'm serving in, I also serve in law enforcement. And I know a lot of other people do this. And I want to start doing videos with people in them that do this job or have done this job, both public safety and military. And I just want to talk about life, some of their experiences, some of their struggles, because we're only human. And it's one thing to be precise in a mission to what happens afterwards. So I want to tell that story because it's not always what you see in the movies. It really isn't. And I'm showing this, or I'm doing this video 6 days early, because on March 27th, I will be in Washington, D.C., where we are burying my father, his final resting place in Arlington National Cemetery. This has been a process for the last few months of waiting, and everyone involved has been wonderful to me and my family, and I'm very grateful for everything they've done. So I'll be in Arlington when you actually see this video. And my father was the biggest influence on duty to serve for me. And I've always tried to do that with my soldiers. I've been in now 9 years, and I have 6 more to go, and I'll be able to retire with my full years of service. And I just want to just do half of what my dad did, and I will be happy. I will always have him as my motivator. He was a great man, he was a great soldier, and he was a great servant to this country. So until next week,